good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Source 16 News at 10. New this hour, a Fort Campbell Rockathon will be awarded the Silver Star Medal this weekend at Angels Stadium in Anaheim, California. Specialist Daniel Foster will be presented the prestigious award by his former commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Harmon, before Saturday's Angels and Blue Jays baseball game, which is scheduled to air Saturday night at 5:49 Pacific time. Some military officials say Foster is being awarded the Silver Star for his valorous actions on May 21st, 2010. Officials say due to his steadfast courage and perseverance, insurgents were unable to breach a military compound. Another local school district now has a new hybrid electric school bus to add to its fleet. Todd County Schools has received a new hybrid electric bus capable of improving fuel efficiency an average of 35%. To the fleet of 56 additional school buses. The keys to the hybrid electric school bus, manufactured by Thomas Built Buses with the Eaton hybrid system, was delivered to Superintendent Michael Kenner. According to the Kentucky Clean Fuels Coalition, the Commonwealth will have the distinction of having the largest hybrid electric school bus fleet in the nation. Last month, Trigg County Schools also added a hybrid electric bus to its fleet of traditional buses. Todd and Trigg counties are among 30 districts awarded a share of the $13 million in funding from the U.S. Department of Energy, adding a total of 213 hybrid electric vehicles to public school fleets across Kentucky. The grant helps offset the differential cost of a hybrid electric bus, which costs about $150,000 per vehicle, twice as much as a traditional school bus. Many parents want to be assured their child's school is safe, and the Kentucky Center for School Safety works to do just that. The center has released 2009-2010 data for the annual Safe Schools Data Project, which breaks down disciplinary actions due to law and school board policy violations by districts. Disciplinary actions were reported in expulsions and suspensions based on two criteria. 1, suspensions based on municipal laws being broken, and 2, based on school board policies being violated. Christian County reported 4 law-violated expulsions with educational services, up from 0 reported in 2008-09. 1 school board violation was reported in 2009-10, which is also up from 0 reported in 2008-09. Trigg County reported 3 law-violated expulsions in 2009-10, up from 0 reported previously. 4 school board violations were reported, up 1 from the previous year. Todd County reported 2 law-violated expulsions without educational services in 2009-10, which is 2 more than reported previously. Meanwhile, Christian County's law-violated suspensions were down by almost half in 2009-10, reporting 34 students were suspended for law violations. Previously, 60 suspensions were reported. Board violations are also down by 153. Caldwell County's law-violated suspensions are down significantly, reporting just 1 student when previously 19 were suspended. Board violations are reported to be down by 257 as well. Callaway County reported 3 law-violated suspensions, down from 8 in 2008-09, but board-violated suspensions went up slightly from 120 to 124. 31 law-violated suspensions came from Graves County, up from 16 in 2008-09. Suspensions for board violations also went up to 75, up 8 from the previous year. Hopkins County reported 40 law-violated suspensions. That's down slightly from 46 in 2008-09, but school board violations are up to 1,302 from the previous year's 1,219. Ohio County's law-violated suspensions remained the same with 2, but school board violation suspensions went up to 33 from 19. Marshall County reported 35 law-violated suspensions, up from the previously reported 13. Board-violated suspensions reportedly went down slightly from 267 to 255. Trigg County reported 3 law-violated suspensions, up from 1 the previous year, but board violation suspensions were down from 300 to 230. And finally, 14 students were suspended for law violations in Todd County. That is up from 3 in 2008-09. Students suspended for board violations was reportedly down from 116 to 97. Only 2 school districts in our viewing area reported using corporal punishments. Caldwell County reported 22, while Marshall County reported 5. For a detailed report, you can visit the KCSS website at kysafeschools.org. In other news, 6 new members, including a well-known Hopkinsville publisher, was inducted into the Kentucky Journalism Hall of Fame yesterday. Retired Kentucky New Era publisher Robert "Bob" Carter was honored Tuesday at a Hall of Fame luncheon ceremony sponsored by the University of Kentucky School of Journalism and Telecommunications Alumni Association. In his career, Carter also served as president of the Kentucky Press Association and played an instrumental role in the efforts that led to Kentucky's Open Meeting Act, passed in 1974, and the Open Records Act, which became law in 1976. In addition, Carter has served as president of the Kentucky-Tennessee chapter of the Association of the U.S. Army, as well as a board member of Leadership Kentucky, the Kentucky Development Finance Authority, the Hopkinsville Industrial Foundation, the Murray State University Board of Regents, and many others. Carter retired from the New Era in 1997, but continued to serve as its board chairman until 2003. He was nominated for the Journalism Hall of Fame by New Era publisher Taylor Hayes. A local state legislator has been chosen to help lead a national online seminar on corrections reform. 8th District State Representative John Tilley, who chairs the House Judiciary Committee, says, quote, "This is a tremendous opportunity to talk about what we as a state have been able to accomplish." Tilley of Hopkinsville will be joined by the director of Iowa's Department of Corrections and a member of South Carolina's Court of Appeals to discuss how public safety can be improved even in the midst of a budget crisis. According to Tilley, he took part in several seminar conferences last year, and they proved to be an invaluable resource when it came time to write a major reform of Kentucky's penal code, which moved forward through the legislature. He says, "My hope is that this seminar will offer the same inspiration for leaders in other states." Last night, the Oak Grove City Council accepted a Rose Ed Estate stormwater agreement. The agreement, which is a requirement from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, requires subdivision developers to establish a stormwater monitoring program for injection wells. The wells are operated and maintained by the city. Oak Grove Public Works Director Bill Shadoan told Source16 the agreement could require future residents in the subdivision off Kentucky 115 to pay an extra monthly utility bill of around $3 per lot. The measure would require the council's approval before any action can be taken. Meanwhile, Oak Grove's citywide spring cleaning event took place last weekend, and the council saw the entire community come together. The city says the event was a big hit and a total of 5 trash dumpsters were filled by the end of the weekend. Also, council members Tim Johnson and Shirley Gillespie accepted awards for the council's recent decision to pass the citywide smoke-free ordinance. The city of Mayfield is gearing up to send a shipment of care packages to some 101st Airborne Division troops. The city has been collecting personal items such as food, snacks, games, and more for 2 months. They are now ready to send off their 3rd shipment of care packages to their adopted unit, the 1st Squadron, 32nd Cavalry Regiment, out of Fort Campbell, currently serving in Afghanistan. Mayor Teresa Cantrell told Source16 they nicknamed the unit the Bravo Troop and originally adopted the unit 3 years ago when they were deployed to Iraq through the Americans Supporting Americans organization. Cantrell says their next collection effort for the Bravo Troop will be in late June or July. Fort Campbell officials say an Afghan soldier was recently inducted into the Army's prestigious Sergeant Audie Murphy Club. Major General John Campbell and Command Sergeant Major Scott Schroeder held the induction ceremony to honor the ANA soldier for his bravery. Officials say the award was developed to recognize non-commissioned officers who made significant contributions to the Army. The Afghan soldier reportedly expressed his appreciation and vowed to continue serving his country. The induction ceremony was held in the Laghman province, Afghanistan. It's important to keep safety first, especially on waterways. The U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary will be available next Saturday, April 16th at the Lake Barkley Resort Marina to provide free boat safety examinations for all area boat owners. The Resort Marina campground entrance is located 2 miles east of the Lake Barkley Bridge on U.S. Highway 6880. Staff will be available for the free examination starting at 8 o'clock that morning and will last until the last boat is checked. Staff will be checking mandatory safety requirements such as proper display of registration numbers along with registration documents on board, proper number of USCG approved life vests on board based on boat passenger capacity, throw seat cushion with line attached, front and rear navigational lights working properly, carrying a visual distress signal such as a battery-powered light, flashing mirror, or a CD disc, fire extinguisher that is in date, proper engine ventilation for inboard motors, carrying a sound device like a bell, whistle, or horn, boat deck bilge clean and hazard free. For further information on boating safety, you can contact Dickie Reese at 270-271-2185 or 270-839-9453. After a traffic stop at Pinnacle Apartments last night, a Hopkinsville woman was arrested for allegedly endangering the lives of her 2 children, resisting arrest, DUI, and other offenses. According to Hopkinsville police, officers tried to initiate a traffic stop after they observed 27-year-old Charlene Piper driving at a high rate of speed and run a stoplight at East 9th Street and Virginia Street. Police caught up with Piper at Building 1 of Pinnacle Apartments, where she was behind the wheel of her vehicle with a small child sitting in her lap. When police asked her what was going on and trying to remove Piper from the vehicle, she reportedly refused to exit and started yelling obscenities, honking the horn, threatening officers. She even kicked them in the legs. When police removed the child from her lap, officers noticed another small child in the back seat of the vehicle, not in a seatbelt or child safety seat. Piper was taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of wanton endangerment, resisting arrest, 3rd-degree assault a police officer, 2nd-degree disorderly conduct, 3rd-degree terroristic threatening and driving under the influence, as well as disregarding a traffic light. She was booked into the Christian County Jail. Now it's time for Hopkinsville Christian County Crime Stoppers Coordinator Paul Ray with the featured fugitives of the week.
This week, police need your help locating 2 wanted fugitives.
Police are looking for 23-year-old Ernest Lee Poe, who's wanted for contempt of court. Poe is a white male who stands 5 feet, 10 inches tall and weighs 170 pounds. His last known address was the 2300 block of South Virginia Street. Police are also looking for 19-year-old Keon Brooke Lacey, who's wanted on several outstanding warrants. Lacey is a black female who stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall and weighs 190 pounds. Her last known address was the 100 block of North McPherson Avenue.
If you know where police can locate these wanted fugitives, and we've got cash waiting for you. Pick up your phone now and call our tips line at 887-TIPS. If your information leads to an arrest, Crime Stoppers will pay you a cash reward. And remember, we will never ask your name, and you will not have to appear in court. Well, this week's Fugitive of the Week, I'm Officer Paul Ray for Crime Stoppers.
And taking a look at tonight's Powerball jackpot, it's $218 million, and Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $44 million.